Another Tyler man heading to prison for killing a young mother at PT Cole Park. Find out how long Rakeem Goldstein will spend behind bars.
An unsolved mystery, a statue missing from Rose Redmond Park, now found. The search is on now for the person who took it.
Plus sunshine and showers. Another weather roller coaster straight ahead.
This is CBS 19 News at 6.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Gillian Sheridan.
And I'm Mike Landess. We have been waiting to welcome back the sunshine, but you better enjoy it while you can.
That's for sure. There are changes right around the corner. You probably guessed that. Let's head over to Chief Meteorologist John Adams. He is in the Weather Center right now. We've been enjoying it while it lasts.
What a difference that sunshine makes after all the gray skies and the rain we've seen. So enjoy it today, and you get a chance to tomorrow, too, before that rain comes back. Let's look outside the studio right now and check out our conditions. It is 77 degrees. Been a while since we've seen temperatures like that. And you can see the winds are out of the southwest and west at around 7 to 8 miles per hour. So things looking good out there. Much brighter day. As we check out your almanac for today, we see that the temperatures did top out at 77. 67 is the average. The record 86 in 1908. We were down to 49 degrees this morning. And another good thing is, with all the rain, we are above the normal for the first time in several years. We've usually been running a deficit by this time, but over 3.5 inches above normal for this time of the year. And as we check out your evening planner, we are going to see mostly clear skies and temperatures dropping down to the 60s before midnight. We'll have a look at the rest of the week and when that rain will come back in just a few minutes.
New information now. The case is finally closed on Tyler's infamous PT Cole Park murder. The third and final suspect heading to prison.
CBS 19's Field Sutton is live in our newsroom tonight. Field, Rakeem Goldstein took a plea bargain for 20 years.
Mike and Gillian, we had been expecting that plea bargain for a while. Goldstein admitted a long time ago that he was part of the group that killed 20-year-old Brianna Young in the summer of 2013. Tonight we know he was not the shooter, but legally still responsible.
Why'd you turn yourself in?
1 year after he told us he was innocent, Rakeem Goldstein had turned into a star witness for the state.
We were heading to EJ's house, and then halfway there, he gets the call.
Okay.
And then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Goldstein put Dennis Bendy in prison for life, but under oath, he decided his own future at the same time.
If I was to say to you, Mr. Goldstein, Dennis Bendy was not in that Elantra. He was not shooting anything because he wasn't there. What would you say back to me?
He was there.
Okay. How do you know that?
Because I was with him.
In court today, Goldstein was back to the jail jumpsuit. His girlfriend cried in the first row, and his family watched in silence.
It will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
A Tyler police detective told the judge Goldstein cracked the case wide open.
Mr. Goldstein was able to help us understand the role that certain people had in the murder.
Pointing the finger at his accomplices and at the guns they'd tried to get rid of.
And is that the plea agreement that you've entered into freely, intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
In the end, it earned him 20 years.
Yes.
Versus the 45 co-defendant Elijah Williams got last week and Bendy's life sentence.
You know, there's things that in any criminal case that only the defendants and their co-defendants know.
The district attorney tells us prosecuting Brianna Young's killers would have been a lot tougher without Goldstein's story on the stand. There's an important part of the timeline to understand here. We are told that Goldstein did not have any kind of a deal in place when he was testifying in that Bendy trial. Nothing on the table back then. All of this apparently hammered out just in the last week.
And again, Field, Goldstein has to serve at least half of the sentence before he's eligible for parole.
Right, so 10 years is going to be the minimum here, but we've also been told by several people involved in this, parole boards just typically don't look kindly upon people who are convicted murderers, so it could certainly be longer than that. Mike and Gillian.
All right, thank you, Field.
Now, Young's murder was the end result of a grudge that started with a shootout. It happened in broad daylight on Tyler's Earl Campbell Parkway.
The district attorney's office tells us this case is a good example of zero tolerance for gang violence.
The state halts the execution for an East Texas man scheduled for this Wednesday. 55-year-old Randall Mays of Henderson County was scheduled to die by lethal injection for the killings of 2 sheriff's deputies. The court agreed with Mays' attorneys that additional review is needed to determine if Mays is mentally competent for the execution.
Right now, Nacogdoches County investigators searching a wooded area in Cushing where human remains were found. A man walking his dog Friday night found a bone that looked to be human. Investigators say evidence found early Saturday morning indicates foul play may be involved. The remains will be sent to a crime lab to be identified. More than 24 robberies and burglaries have occurred in Smith County this month alone. People living in the area are trying to make sense of the consistent crime.
CBS 19's Destiny McKeever is live now. You spoke with a gas station owner who says that alcohol is to blame, Destiny?
You know, Mike and Gillian, the man I spoke to tells me he owns 13 gas stations in Smith County, 8 of which are right here in Tyler, and he says more of them are being robbed after certain cities decided to go wet. Just a week ago, 13 cars were burglarized in a Bullard neighborhood.
We had some that the victims, the owners of the cars, said that they weren't locked. Others said the cars were locked.
The same crimes happened a week before, but that time in Flint.
About 2 weeks ago, we had a rash of vehicle burglaries in the Gresham-Flint area.
Now surveillance video shows a gas station in Tyler robbed at gunpoint over the weekend. Sabir Muhammad owns 13 gas stations in Smith County. He says crime has gone up.
The location we have in Vine and Glenview, that also robbed 2 times in the middle of the night.
Muhammad says the problem started when the community went from dry to wet.
Look like it's changing maybe after alcoholic comes in Tyler.
In Wood County, the city of Quitman approved alcohol sales in the November election with 56% of the voters saying yes. And over in Smith County, Lindale had 2 alcohol propositions on the ballot. One covered beer and wine sales. 58% of voters said yes to this. Bullard also voting on alcohol sales with 61% of those voters saying yes. Law enforcement agencies won't comment on a connection between alcohol sales and the crime rate, but citizens have a lot to say.
Legalizing alcohol, it does worry me.
Kaylee Kelly lives in Tyler. She says alcohol sales should be regulated.
I know that it could potentially help Tyler and bring more business to Tyler, but it opens up more doors for crime.
As of right now, I'm still waiting to hear back from police with those robberies and burglary numbers following the November election.
Destiny, have any of those burglars or robbers been caught?
No, Mike and Gillian, right now no arrests have been made yet. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Destiny.
Well, if you have any information you're asked to call police, you can also call
East Texas Crime Stoppers.
They do a great job. Police say that arson may be to blame for a house fire that happened last night in Longview. That fire damaged the living room of a home at 710 East Linwood Lane. No one hurt, but the 2 adult brothers who live there are staying elsewhere tonight because of the damage. Investigators are continuing to investigate this, the cause of the fire, and who may have started it. And a 1-vehicle accident disrupting street and railroad traffic in Longview this morning. A truck crashes into a Green Street Bridge, the Green Street Bridge. Union Pacific workers making sure the bridge was safe before they reopened the rail line before noon. No one was injured.
Tyler police officers looking to find out how a statue donated by the Literacy Council of Tyler went missing. This statue usually sits behind Southside Park at Rose Rudman, but it's no longer there. Police found it in a creek near the park after it disappeared. Those involved with the Literacy Council want to know what happened.
It was disappointing. We realized it could have been an accident. We don't have any idea, and we're thrilled that it's been found.
The statue is a way the Literacy Council thanks donors and encourages reading in the park. If you know anything about how the statue got into the creek, police want to hear from you.
South Tyler's about to become a little safer with police breaking ground on a new substation today.
It's expected to bring faster response times and save money.
CBS 19's Risa Morris live from where the new station is going to be near Faulkner Park.
Risa, it was a momentous day for the department today.
That's right, Mike and Gillian. The substation is expected to save more than $200,000 a year in gas money and staffing. The officers that patrol this side of town won't have to drive here from downtown at the beginning of every shift. On a beautiful day like today, Faulkner Park is full of people, including Lacey Robertson and her kids. But soon, it will also be full of patrolling police officers.
We're really excited about it. Anytime you can have police presence increase in an area is always a good thing.
The new South Tyler Police Substation is going to be directly across from Faulkner Park. Half of the department will be based there.
By having officers down here and a station down here, citizens can also respond here instead of having to drive downtown. So it's a win-win for the citizens, the business community, the residents of Tyler, and we're excited about it.
The project will cost nearly $4.8 million, all paid for by the half-cent sales tax program.
It's extremely exciting. It's been a project we worked for over 10 years. When we originally remodeled our police department, the first thing is where do we go next? And so this was obvious where we needed to move next with the growth of the city of Tyler.
Carol Zarinsky lives in South Tyler and walks her dog on these streets often.
Oh, I'm really excited because, I mean, it's a safe community down here anyway, but it's just nice to know there'd be a little more presence down here, and we're definitely excited about it being here.
Robertson agrees.
It always makes you feel a little more comfortable knowing that there's public safety officers.
Right now, the police department aims to respond to every 911 call within 5 minutes, but with the department split evenly between the north side and south side of town, that response time may even be less.
Risa, do they know when move-in might happen? It's expected?
The goal is November, but obviously with the weather we've been having, it may impact construction. So right now they're hoping for the end of November, but it could be as late as January. Back to you.
Risa, thank you.
Now, the half-cent sales tax program funds public improvement projects.
This is the 20th year of that particular program.
Well, a new experience for East Texans in theater dining. Still ahead, where you will soon be able to see a good movie and have a great meal all at the same time.
Dinner and a movie. It's going to be great weather for a good movie later this week. Rainy days ahead, right, John?
Yeah, that's true. But enjoy the sunshine again tomorrow because we're going to have some of it before the umbrellas come back out. I'll have that 7-day planner for you coming up next. Nice day today. Look at all that traffic moving on a dry Broadway for a change. Nice to see that sunshine. We'll get a chance to see a little more of it tomorrow. And look at the temperature, 77 degrees. Been a while since we've been that warm. Dew point's at 51 degrees. So relative humidity pretty low right now at 41%. And we've got a southeasterly breeze at 8 miles per hour. Now here's a look at our satellite loop of the last 6 hours. Starting to see a little shower activity in South Texas, but we've got a high that's sitting over East Texas and northern Louisiana. And that's kept most of that moisture that's coming off a low-pressure system down near the southern tip of Baja out in West Texas and keeping it out of our area for the time being. However, that's going to be changing, especially as we get into tomorrow night and Wednesday when we'll start to see that moisture return, and the chance for rain will be picking up across the area on Wednesday. So it looks like a wet day, and you are going to need your umbrellas. As for temperatures, most of Texas in the 70s this afternoon, a few 60s down to the south, but Lufkin topped out at 83 and also got some temperatures around 80 degrees up in the northern panhandle there at Amarillo. In East Texas, here are the temperatures, and we're in the 70s this afternoon. Lufkin still showing 78, as is Crockett, mid-70s throughout much of the rest of the area, and some low 70s around Gilmer and Mount Pleasant there in the north. But generally, all in all, a very good day. Now, temperatures on the hour-by-hour planner show 70s. As we go on through the evening, we'll be in the mid-60s by bedtime tonight. And then in the overnight hours, here comes some cloud cover back into the area. Temperatures will be falling down into the low 60s by the time you get up and head to school and work in the morning. And then we go on into the noon hour, and we'll see temperatures back into the 70s with partly cloudy skies. In the afternoon, we'll keep it partly cloudy, becoming maybe mostly cloudy toward the latter part of the afternoon, and a slight chance we could see a little afternoon shower activity starting to move in to our southern counties by late afternoon. During the evening, that will continue to increase, and then on Wednesday, it does look like it'll be a pretty wet day. So here's your day part planner. Going to go 8 o'clock, 61 degrees, 67 by 10 o'clock, and then noontime, we're at 72 degrees. Will be partly cloudy. In the afternoon, partly cloudy skies and temperatures into the mid-70s for the afternoon with that slight chance of rain. We'll put it in there toward the latter part of the afternoon. Here's your next 7 days, and we've got Wednesday, good chance of rain, 70%. Slight chance of showers, so a little bit of a respite on Thursday, but it won't be totally dry. Showers come back in abundance on Friday, and they'll continue into the early part of Saturday, but the rest of the weekend looks good. We'll have some sun sunshine by Sunday and early next week, and our temperatures will be coming down a little bit by Wednesday. Highs in the 60s and lows mostly in the 50s and 40s. And you can check that 7-day planner. It'll be at our website, cbs19.tv.
You know, we actually enter spring this week, so I guess we should expect spring showers. Thanks, John.
Showers. All right, the SFA Lumberjacks getting a lot of hype to be a bracket buster just like last year. We'll hear from the players later in sports.
Plus, a pricey plan to add parking outside the Gregg County Courthouse. It's next on CBS 19 News at 6.
KYTX CBS 19 Weather and Weather App are brought to you by Texas Spine and Joint Urgent Care, the best step to better health.
Welcome back. Pet overpopulation is a concern we talk about quite a bit. This time of year, it also becomes a problem that's much worse when there's no place to house unwanted pets.
Deborah Dobbs from the SPCA of East Texas is joining us once again to talk about some solutions. Thanks for being here, and you brought a cute one.
Yes, I did.
Puppy I've seen in a long time.
This is Motley.
Hello, Motley.
Yes.
All right, first let's talk about the desperate need for adoptive and foster homes for little ones like Motley.
Absolutely. We have been really blessed lately since the closing of Klein and the attention that's been brought thanks to media like you. We've had a lot of calls for people willing to foster, but there's a never-ending supply, so we can always use more foster families.
Now, a lot of the oversupply that you've got, so to speak, the overpopulation is because of the closing of the Klein Animal Shelter. A new shelter is coming, but this is a ways away.
Definitely is. Our role is to try to pull dogs as quickly as possible that are awaiting adoption or rescue from the city of Tyler, and they're now housing their own animals locally, and they reach out to us on a weekly basis. We take as many as we can, but every time we get a new foster family, that's another life we can save.
Yeah.
So.
And it does seem like this time of year you're seeing more. Is that right?
Absolutely. Spring is puppy and kitten season, and we try to promote spay and neuter. We have opened a spay neuter clinic, and we are serving the community now in that realm. But getting the word out and helping people understand, it's really not hugely expensive through our clinic, and it's really good for the animals.
Is spay and neuter the only answer to this, or are there other things that people can address?
You know, responsible pet ownership is the key. If you own an animal, keep up with your animal, fence your animal, make sure it's healthy, and spayed and neutered, because strays are what end up in the pound, and their future's not real bright.
And know what you're getting into. We were talking about Motley here, right?
Yes. Yes. Motley has a story. A kind-hearted Samaritan learned about a free litter with a mama dog on social media, stepped up, said, "Oh, I can do this," and then a few days later called us for help.
Yeah.
It was a lot to take on, especially a single person.
Sure. They got to be let out. They got to be fed. You got to be watered.
I've got to take a picture of this. This is so cute. This goes right on social media.
He has 3 siblings.
This is so cute. Motley, you are just the best. You're just
Mom
cute
is a
as you can
Chihuahua
be.
mix, so we don't think he's going to be very big.
No, he's very cute.
And Motley's very sleepy right now.
He is. I think he's played today with his brothers and sisters.
Post that.
Yeah.
All right, well, Deborah, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
us.
Thank you.
And thanks, Motley.
Bye, Motley.
And we have a link with more information about adopting, fostering. It's on our website. Just head to cbs19.tv and click on the hot button.
New tonight, a full-service movie theater coming to Tyler next month. And when we say full service, we mean it. That theater is going to create more than 200 jobs for the area. Tyler Movie Studio Grill brings its in-theater dining experience to 5 locations in Texas. The newest location being built in the Villages at Cumberland Park. It will offer casual dining and lounge areas for socializing. The theater is currently seeking employees right now.
We're hiring right now, so come on down and get an interview. We'd love to add some bright, smiling faces to the team. Looking for all positions, food runners, servers, box office.
And the construction is said to be on time for the completion. The theater is going to open by the end of April, and right now there has been no set opening date.
Well, the NCAA tournament starts Thursday, but TJC actually tipped off this morning, right, Eric?
1996, the last time the guys have been in Hutchinson, so we've got highlights of that coming up. Big game for them, plus we'll tell you all about what's about to happen right here on CBS 19 for March Madness.
Clint Yates, CBS 19 This Morning.
All right, you're looking at the official NCAA tournament bracket presented by Pelche Chevrolet. Go to CBS19.tv, print yours out, and start filling it out as the games get here on Thursday. And more on those TV times coming up for round number 1. First, we've got to get right to TJC basketball at the NJCAA National Tournament up in Hutchinson, Kansas. TJC picked the perfect time to get on a hot streak, taking on Faulkner State this morning. Faith Pope has been incredible the last couple weeks. He hits a 3, and then look at the teamwork here. Back to Dominic Shaw. He puts it up and in, and then Dale Jones, the lead high game scorer with 21, burying the 3, and then look at that. Dominic Shaw from Tyler Miller up and in, and Ronnie Stacy would do the rest. TJC looking strong, winning their round 1 game 79-62. They'll play their round 2 game 2 p.m. tomorrow against the top-seeded Connors State. As for the Lady Apaches, they will tip off at 8:30 p.m. tonight in Salina, Kansas for their opening round game. They are taking on Lawson State JC. Coach Trina Jones said last week she likes the fact that this team has so much experience. Victoria Kimakai, Jasmine Prophet, Brittany Norris, they have been down this road before. Keep in mind, they went to the Elite 8 a year ago. Now, this is also a pretty close team. Here's Coach Jones talking about that and how they're all Instagram buddies.
They're always calling or texting, or we're on each other's Instagrams, and I've never had that kind of relationship with a team where it's just all out, hey coach, what you doing, because I'm bored. Usually coach is the last person they want to see when they're bored, but it's just a special relationship, and you want it for these kids. I mean, you want it because when good kids do the right thing the whole time and you don't have to discipline all the time, it's a great year for you.
All right, we'll check in on the ladies tonight at 10 o'clock. Let's get to the big dance now. There are 2 games tomorrow, the play-in games. Then Thursday at 11 a.m., the Field of 64 will take off with games going on all day long on 4 different channels right here on CBS 19, TNT, TBS, and True TV. Now, the state of Texas will have a strong showing this coming Thursday. SFA, those Lumberjacks, playing at 6:25 Thursday on True TV. The Longhorns of Texas play Butler, 1:45 on CBS 19. These are all Thursday games. Baylor plays Georgia at 12:40 on TBS, and then UCLA and SMU, they got a 6 seed. They are on True TV at 2:10 p.m. Now, all the national experts in college basketball, they're in love with SFA to upset Utah this Thursday, just like they did last year. They were a 12 seed and won the game. All right, the big-time watch party going on for the Tyler alumni here for SFA at Buffalo Wild Wings on Thursday. A great chance to watch the game. Now, yesterday, this was a scene as they found out they were going back to the NCAA tournament, and always great to see the reaction. SFA will be in Portland, Oregon in their region this Thursday, 6:25 on True TV. The experience coming back is going to be a major advantage for the Jacks. Jake Parker, Thomas Walkup, Trey Pickney, they all started in last year's national tournament. Here's their take on their second trip to the dance.
There's a little familiarity with it, but I mean, still a lot of the same feelings, a lot of excitement and anxiousness. So we're just really excited to get out to Portland and start this journey.
Last year we didn't have that experience, and so this year we know what to expect, and you know, us veterans can help the new guys. And the thing I would tell them is keep your composure. I mean, last year against VCU, you know, things got rough there for a little bit, but we kept our composure, and I think that's something that our young guys and our new guys can definitely do and have done all year.
I saw Cinderella.
You got you both all got purple on today. Good job, guys.
You bet.
You know what you're doing.
All right, still ahead. Parking is going to get a lot better around East Texas Courthouse, maybe if they can afford it.
What has to be done before more spaces start popping up? Next on CBS 19 News at 6:30.
New information on an 8-month study of parking at the Gregg County Courthouse.
Commissioners tell CBS 19's Jimmy Isaac they know there's a huge need, but they don't want to go millions of dollars over budget.
Commissioners know they need a solution to parking woes around the Gregg County Courthouse. They have $5 million set aside and are 8 months into a consultant study on the issue. But when those consultants suggested a 4-level parking garage costing $8.3 million, some commissioners pumped the brakes, even suggesting a shorter parking garage.
Okay, we'll go for 3 for right now. That's what I'm saying, go for 3. In the future, have it where you can just add on another level.
More than 250 people work at the courthouse, and nearly 300 visitors are here during peak hours. But the county sets aside only 237 employee spaces, and there are 114 public spaces for visitors. In this map of downtown Longview, areas highlighted in red are private parking spaces. About 15 county workers who don't have a designated parking space usually leave their job every 2 hours to find a new parking space before they get a ticket. And there's only 41 public on-street parking spaces close to the courthouse. Precinct 1 Commissioner Ronnie McKinney estimates the county loses as much as 500 hours a year in lost production time for every employee without a designated space.
I don't know what these people that employ people in this courthouse, when they go walking around, I don't know how they can lose an employee.
In fact, one of the only places where there isn't time parking is this city parking lot here at the corner of High Street and Cotton Street. But the problem is this train track. It doesn't give their employees of the county 15 minutes or less to be able to park here and walk the 2 blocks to the courthouse and also have to deal with this possible train that may make them wait another 5 minutes. Consultant David Burr says a 4-level garage would serve the courthouse for several decades. Commissioners decided to ask Burr and a committee of courthouse workers to work up more detailed numbers.
I'm thinking for the future.
And the county's pocketbook. In Longview, Jimmy Isaac, CBS 19.
Judge Bill Stout says the county hasn't committed to building a new parking structure at this time. Consultants say a parking garage on land the county already owns would be more reasonable than buying property that could still be too far away.
Oh, I am sorry. We are supposed to be taking a look here at what's going on in Longview, and let's check that out. As you can see, 78 degrees the current temperature and lots of sunshine there. We've got wind out of the northwest at 10 miles per hour. And as we check out our pollen count for today, we have trees in the low category, moles are in the high category, and no grass or weed pollen is showing up. Now here's a look at your almanac for Longview. Got to 77 today, 50 the low, and you can see the rainfall. We are almost 6 inches above normal, and that's a pleasant change from the last several years when we've been going through drought conditions. Here tonight is your forecast for the evening. Will be mostly clear, temperatures falling into the mid-60s before midnight tonight. And we do have some rain coming back, and I'll have that for you coming up.
Thank you so much.
Well, tonight a progress report on the new playground at BERGFELD Park. No, actually, we don't have that story for you right now. We are going to tell you
about an alert when your vehicle needs some maintenance. There's an app for that. See how Road Sense works next on CBS 19 News at 6:30.
CBS 19 Sports is brought to you by your East Texas Dairy Queen.
Summertime means more people on the roads, and that means more pollution. TxDOT trying to fix that with an app. CBS 19's Andrea Martinez showing us how Road Sense works.
Warmer weather. For some of us East Texans, it means taking a vacation. But for the atmosphere, it means more pollution. The culprit are vehicles. And now TxDOT is trying to change that with an app.
This is an app that people can use when they're traveling. It's time of year that the warmer weather's coming along. We've got spring break that people are traveling. We want everybody to be safe, but we also want them to drive efficiently and cleanly.
The app gives you tips for reducing costs on your car.
Like, you don't make real fast starts and stops. That'll help you get better gas mileage and also reduce the emissions out of your tailpipe.
During warmer temperatures, the ozone layers close to the ground mix with heat and car chemicals.
We get into the summer, we get into the ozone awareness days. It helps to have cars running more efficiently and properly.
One East Texas service specialist says keeping up with your car's maintenance can not only be good for the air, but your wallet too.
People will wait till their mileage is really high, and then they'll come in and decide to maintain it. And then they're so far behind on their maintenance, their bill is high just in maintenance.
Road Sense will remind you when you need an oil change, tire checkups, and will even give you tips about driving habits. According to Road Sense, aggressive driving like rapid starts and stops can pollute the air more and also lower gas mileage. So as you're gearing up to head to your spring break or summer destinations, remember to have some Road Sense. Andrea Martinez, CBS 19 News.
RoadSense is already up and running, and for more information, you can visit cbs19.tv and then click on the Hot button.
Great news for East Texas families. Crews are working to complete the first phase of the BERGFELD Park renovations. By the end of this week, a brand new play area will be finished. For more on this, we go to Melissa McTee with our news partner, the Tyler Morning Telegraph. All right, Melissa, as the mother of 2 girls, we can't wait for this to be completed. Let's talk first about this new play area.
Okay, the new play area will feature 2 different playgrounds, one for older kids and then another for toddlers. A new merry-go-round will be put into place, new slides and swings, and also a natural boulder climbing area has also been added.
And this has really become a community effort, so let's talk about how people can get involved.
All right, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. they're asking helpers to come out with their own shovels and gloves to help put down mulch under the playground equipment and help plant new spring flowers around the playground.
And that will happen Saturday at 9. I understand you can even bring your kids, so it's kind of a lesson in giving back as well. All right, thanks so much, Melissa. And for more on the upcoming park changes, you can read Faith Harper's story in tomorrow's paper.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It does.
John, having your kids out there help through the plants and
Kids
stuff?
would love to help with that.
John serving up another beautiful dish tomorrow, sun sprinkled with some fluffy clouds.
Back over to the Weather Center now.
Yeah, it's going to be another day. You'll get a chance to get out and enjoy that sunshine. Better do it then, though, because that rain is coming back. I'll have that for you and your 7-day planner next.
When news happens, you want the best coverage. CBS 19 and the Tyler Morning Telegraph are working together, reporting on stories that matter. More coverage you can count on.
You know, spring's beginning on Friday, and we're already starting to look like a more spring-like pattern across the country. Most of the nation did enjoy some sunny skies today through the midsection especially. We do see this band of clouds following the storm track across the northern part of the country. That is bringing some rain to the northeast, the Great Lakes, and also back out in the northwest. Then we've got this mass of clouds in northern Mexico. That's getting ready to move into Texas, right now being blocked by high pressure that's over our area in northern Louisiana. But once that weakens and moves off, then we'll see that moisture coming in, and that's going to be the start of the next rain for our area, and that's going to be happening by the middle of the week on Wednesday. Temperatures looking more spring-like, 70s and 80s. Look how much of the country is enjoying temperatures like that. Only the northeast there in the 40s, and we've got a few 60s out west. Billings at 36 up there in Montana, but most of the country is enjoying and starting to transition more to a spring-like pattern. In Texas today, seeing some of that moisture staying out in West Texas being blocked by that high in our area, and we're picking up a few showers in the southern part of the state. But once that low, which is off Baja and actually churning up all this moisture, starts to move into Texas, then we're going to see that rain head back into our area, perhaps as early as a few scattered showers tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night that increases some, and then on Wednesday it does look like it's going to be another wet day. Texas temperatures today, 70s across most of the state. Did see 83 at Lufkin, 80s back in the northern panhandle, and very few 60s showing up this afternoon. Close-up look at East Texas with the temperatures, and we're all in the 70s this afternoon. Nice day today. No records, but a little above the normal for this time of the year by about 8 to 10 degrees. Hour by hour planner. Through the evening will be mostly clear. Bedtime temperatures, most of those will be in the mid-60s. Not going to go a whole lot lower than that in the morning because we start to pick up the clouds in the overnight hours. 8 o'clock as you get to work or school, we're in the low 60s. We're partly cloudy, but a start to what should be a pretty nice Tuesday. Lunchtime, we'll have partly cloudy skies, but plenty of sunshine getting down, and we're already back into the 70s by that time. In the afternoon, we go well into the 70s, pick up a little more cloud cover, perhaps an isolated shower or two starting to move into some of our southern counties by late afternoon, and then during the evening we'll start to see an increase in cloud cover again. But 61 degrees at 8 in the morning will make it a nice start to the day. 67 at 10. Noontime we're at 72, into the mid-70s in the afternoon, and we pick up some cloud cover and perhaps a light shower or two toward the latter part of the afternoon. However, over the next 7 days it gets wetter again, especially on Wednesday. We've got a good chance of some showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two mixed in there as well. Temperatures up to 68 in the afternoon. We're in the 50s for lows most of the week. Slight chance of some showers on Thursday, but there'll be some scattered around. And then on Friday, we pick up that chance of rain back up. Going into the weekend, we'll have some showers early Saturday. By Sunday, though, we'll sunshine back in the area as we get further and further into spring.
All right, sir, we'll be ready.
Looking good.
Okay.
Some developing news now just into our newsroom. The state Senate today gives preliminary approval to a bill that would allow Texans to openly carry holstered handguns with a license. It's already legal in Texas to publicly tote long arms like AR-15s and AK-47s without a license. The Senate is expected to give the bill final approval tomorrow.
All right, coming up next in sports, find out who the Cowboys are looking at right now.
And you will meet the newest and biggest member of the Houston Texans after the break.
Let's update you on the JUCO National Tournament up in Kansas. The TJC men looked great this morning in their opening round game. They win at 79-62. They will play at 2 p.m. tomorrow against the top-seeded team in the tourney, Connor State. Tonight, 8:30, it's the Lady Apaches taking on Lawson State. We'll have the highlights for you coming up at 10 p.m. Well, the Cowboys are interested in bringing in Greg Hardy. He, of course, was suspended last season, all but one game for a domestic violence issue, and will likely start the year with a suspension, but the Cowboys do need defensive line help. We'll keep you posted. Meanwhile, it was a good day for Tony Romo. He received his $7.5 million bonus check today. That was a part of his guaranteed money when he signed that monster contract a year ago. If it's that's it for Romo when it comes to guaranteed money, but his base salary is just fine, making $8.5 million in 2016, $14 million in 2017. Well, the Texans D-line got a lot bigger today. 11-year veteran Vince Warfork was released by the Patriots last week. Today, signed with the Texans. He's 33 years old, but he can still get the job done in spurts. And when you combine him and J.J. Watt, that D-line for the Texans could be very good this season. His deal's worth 2 years, $9 million. 5 of that is guaranteed. He was a 5-time Pro Bowler and 2-time Super Bowl champ for the Patriots. Well, just when you think the Eagles are done making all these crazy moves in free agency, today they brought in Tim Tebow for a tryout. Yes, the guy that nobody wants. He hasn't played the NFL regular season game since 2012. He's been a TV analyst the time being. The Eagles did say they are not planning on signing Tebow at this time. Well, the Rangers are in week 3 of spring training games today in Tempe, Arizona to face the Angels. Pitching staff took another hit yesterday when Ross Ohlendorf left the game due to injury. He's the 3rd Ranger to already have some type of injury on the pitching staff alone. How about 21-year-old Joey Gallo continues to impress. Look at him go up and get that one, throw it over to Prince Fielder for the out, and then with the bat, it was catcher Robinson Chirinos. That's one would find its way out of the ballpark in left field. Rangers, though, go down 5-3 in this one. They are only 3 weeks away from opening day, and the new manager, Jeff Bannister, says jobs are still up for grabs.
You know, there's guys on this, in the lineup today that are looking to win a job. So I'm looking for their, intent, how confident they are in their intentions, and how convicted they are, and just show me a good, solid baseball IQ and instincts and how to play the game.
All right, yesterday at the SEC Championship game, the Kentucky Wildcats went to 34-0. They're the #1 overall seed. And how about this? Dick Vitale got the lucky kiss on super Kentucky Wildcat fan and actress Ashley Judd. I don't know if she's real comfortable right there, but everybody loves Dickie
She looks
V.
like she's doing this.
I don't know if it's going to be luck or a curse, but Kentucky's pretty good. I think they'll be okay.
I think she was in a coma. I'm not sure.
I would have done the same thing if I was Dick Vitale.
All right, being facetious, of course. After the break, a look at some of the day's top stories.
Plus more sunshine. Stay with us.
Dana Hewitt, CBS 19 This Morning.
Top of the news right now, another Tyler man headed to prison for the murder at PT Cole Park. Rakeem Goldstein, the last suspect left to be convicted nearly 2 years after the death of 20-year-old Brianna Young. Today, he entered a guilty plea to murder and got a 20-year prison sentence.
The state halts the execution for an East Texas man scheduled for this Wednesday. 55-year-old Randall Mays of Henderson County scheduled to die by lethal injection for the killings of 2 sheriff's deputies. The court agreed with Mays' lawyers that additional review is needed to determine if Mays is mentally competent for execution. More police presence coming to South Tyler. That's a groundbreaking trumpet. There you go. For the new South Side substation. The police station is expected to save some $200,000 a year in fuel costs alone and in staffing as well. The station expected to open in November.
And new tonight on CBS 19 News at 10, a controversial bill at the state capitol is raising eyebrows. Texas lawmakers want liquor to be sold on Sundays. What has to happen before legislation gets the green light? That's tonight at 10.
And a final look at the weather, my friend.
Okay, looking good this evening. We're going to be partly cloudy, and we'll see our temperatures there falling into the mid-60s by bedtime tonight. And we'll see tomorrow a little increase in cloud cover as we go through the day, especially late afternoon. Slight chance of some showers. Temperatures rising again into the 70s, so all in all, pretty good Tuesday coming up. Next 7 days, though, we get back into the rainy pattern. On Wednesday, we go 59 to 68, and showers are likely. They'll taper off some on Thursday and then return on Friday. We'll see the rain lasting into early Saturday. The rest of the weekend looks good with sunshine and temperatures in the 60s.
Ooh, my goodness.
Thanks so much. Now, if that little puppy that we had at 6:30 wasn't cute enough, how about some pandas? Really adorable pandas. These are cute cubs turning 3 years old next month. They made their debut at Panda Paradise when they were 6 months old in this video.
It's a video gone viral. More than 9 million people watching the zookeeper being followed by the panda playmates. Up and down the slide they go. The Wildlife Sanctuary is planning a bear birthday party complete with bamboo and grass cake.
Lovely. All right, now we just need to find out how to get a job playing with pandas for a living. Wouldn't that be fun?
It would be fun.
Yes, but as I'm looking at the bottom of that slide, watch where you step. Okay, so
we're not
fun enough? Is that what you're saying?
Apparently not. No, but they're having fun. Thanks for watching CBS 19 News at 6.
Have a great evening. See you back here at 10.
Good night.
KYTX CBS 19 News app is brought to you by Hyundai of Longview. You pick it out, we'll work it out. We're KYTX. Texas is in our name. Get your news when you want it. Visit CBS19.tv.
It's always personal to me. I have a community that is counting on me to make sure that we get it right and that we give that context that helps them know how to deal with that information and then react accordingly. Whether it's just some general information or something specific to their community, something that affects their child and their child's school. Maybe it's a problem within City Hall. Maybe it's a problem with a power company. Whatever it is, when we provide that information, we are helping our community be better. That's why you should choose CBS 19.